This message is for Latinos and Hispanics in the United States. Let me be clear. A lot of you guys have made videos saying that Black people, African Americans, need to do more to help you guys fight against ICE and these raids. And I want to be very clear and say this to you directly. We have helped. We've done our jobs. Not only have we helped and done our jobs, our ancestors helped and done our jobs. Many of the rights and many of the luxuries that you guys are afforded in this country came off the back of slaves, our ancestors. It came off the back of us being mistreated. We have always been the targets. We have always been the ones that have been enduring over policing and police brutality in this country. It's been us. What you are experiencing is what we have been experiencing the entirety of our lives in this country. That's what it's like to be Black in America every single day. What you guys are feeling right now, the hurt, the pain, the anger, the outrage, that's what it feels like to be Black in America every single day of our lives. Now, let me say this. Not only have our ancestors fought for you, in this past election, we went into the voting booth and we fought for you. We also told you how to vote. You did not listen, the majority of you. We also hear when you say, I know Black, I know Black. They don't care. They are making no distinction. You are brown. It's not white. They're not making a distinction. You say, I know Black, not because of your culture and your heritage, but because you know how poorly we're treated in this country and you don't want that treatment. But when they look at you, they see Black. They don't see Hispanic. They don't see Dominican. They don't see Haitian. They don't see Venezuelan. They see Black. They don't see Cuban. They see Black. And because you guys thought that your morals, the fact that you couldn't vote for a woman, the fact that you're against certain communities, you thought that you could flirt with conservatives and the Republicans and Donald Trump and vote for him, and that you were going to be safe because you know what? You're one of the good ones. You know what? You got your papers. You're legal. But guess what? Your abuelita wasn't legal. Your tios wasn't legal. Some of the little babies in your family wasn't legal. And even if you're legal, they're still coming after American citizens, and they're still coming after you. So they're looking at you, and they are racially profiling you just like they've been doing to us since slavery, since the 18th century. And I'm going to tell you something. There's going to need to be an apology to the Black community. There's going to need to be an understanding that we know what we're doing when it comes to moving politically in this country, and for you guys to follow suit. Or you guys are going to have to take this fight on your own. Because if you don't come with humility and apologies and repentance, because let's be real, in the Hispanic community, in the Latino community, there is a lot of racism towards Black people. You don't want Black men dating your daughters. You don't want your sons dating Black women. There is a lot of racism, and we know this. And I have so many guys that I've connected with in such an amazing way since I got to California who have amazing families. They're Latino, Hispanic, they're incredible people. Some of you guys, you're very racist towards Black people. So now you're asking for us to get out into the streets and protest and help you. We're not. Not unless you guys come with some serious humility and you start listening to us. When we tell you to go in there and vote for this person, take your ass in the voting booth and vote for this person. Your values and your morals cannot overcome racism in America. That's not how our politics work. You not liking women being in charge cannot overcome racism in America. That is not how our politics work. When you go into a voting booth in America, you vote to save your family. Black people have been doing that for years. I didn't vote for Kamala Harris because I thought that she was going to be the best person for the job. I voted for her because I knew she wouldn't mess with my family. I voted for her because I knew she wouldn't tolerate people locking up 5-year-old boys. I voted for her because I knew she wouldn't tolerate people getting killed in the streets. I voted for her because I knew she wouldn't tolerate people coming up to random people off the streets and asking whether you're an American citizen and can I see your paperwork. I voted for her because I knew at the very least she would uphold the Constitution. You couldn't do it because she was a Black woman. You couldn't do it because of misogyny and because all of these ideals that, oh, we macho, we need a man to lead us. That man is leading your ass right back to Venezuela, to Cuba. And look at what Marco Rubio did to you. Marco Rubio was Cuban, right? He went down to Florida and said, oh yeah, you're going to be all right. We're not going to be getting rid of people who are here on TPS and who have legal paperwork. We're just coming after the criminals. How's that working out for you? It's not. Y'all made a song, I will vote for Donald Trump. And guess what? You getting sent right back to Cuba. So I'm going to tell you something. If you guys want Black people to help you, open up your ears and listen. When we tell you who to vote for, you vote for them. Not because of your morals and you're not believing in abortion or gay marriage or any of those other social issues, because it's the best thing to protect you and your family.
What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time, kindly subscribe, like, and even comment. You've already subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for your support. Let's watch the video up until the end, and I'll give my thoughts about the same.
Latinos of all backgrounds. Do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' locker are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November, and the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some we will vote for Donald Trump. Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well, that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some we will vote for Donald Trump. And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sir, bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
The reason why y'all want Black Americans to be affected by ICE so bad is because y'all are still convinced that we are immigrants, and we are not. We are not. We've been here for over 400 years, and for most of us, our ancestors have been here even before the slave trade. Most of us have American indigenous lineage that we can actually trace because a lot of our families were reclassified from Indian to Negro. And there's proof that we were reclassified. We are not immigrants. They can't send us back nowhere. Where they going to send me back? North Carolina? South Carolina? Georgia? Florida? That's the only place that we can go. We're not immigrants. This is not our battle. Furthermore, most of the people who are now being deported, or most of the people that are immigrants here, have always had a stigma against Black Americans. We're lazy, we're dirty, we're ghetto, we're loud, we're uneducated, we're this and we're that. But now that ICE is outside, we're supposed to be on the front lines of the same people who come here with these mentalities about us and don't even know us. I don't understand that. This is not our battle. This has nothing to do with us. And all the Black Americans who want to go outside and put themselves on the front line and risk their lives, that's on them. But don't expect for the majority of us to be out there risking our lives for something that don't got nothing to do with us. Now, when it comes to immigration, me, myself, I don't mind immigration as long as it's legal. I worked in the immigration office for a period of time back in 2016. And when I say there are hundreds of thousands of files of people trying to get into this country, and I'm talking about people who have been trying for 15 plus years to get into this country the legal way. And they still haven't been able to get in yet because of whatever is going on. And yet we're trying to be pressured to fight on the front line for people who jumped in front of all of those people, okay, and cross borders illegally. Right now, if I take my ass to the Mexican border and think that I'm just going to cross into Mexico, there's going to be consequences and repercussions for my ass if I get caught. If I try to take myself to the Canadian border right now, there's going to be consequences and repercussions if I do that illegally. So why is America expected to be the country where people can just come in and out as they please undocumented. We don't know who you are. We don't know what's going on. We don't know where you came from. We don't know if you're running from something. We don't know if you're a prisoner somewhere else and now you over here trying to sneak and hide. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Furthermore, let's look into how many black women have been unalived by illegal immigrants. One of my good friends is the sister of DeCara Thompson. DeCara Thompson was a 19-year-old beautiful woman, young woman, who was unalived by an illegal immigrant. He raped her, he SA'd her, he unalived her, and then threw her off a bridge. Okay? This was back in the late August, early September of 2025. So this is rather recent. Okay? And her family is now in court dealing with that. The gag to that story is that same illegal immigrant that unalived that beautiful young lady had been caught on a DUI a couple of months to a year before that, if I'm not mistaken, and nobody checked to see if he was actually supposed to be here or not. So he could have gotten deported and that baby girl would still be here. So no, this is not my fight. This is not our fight. We are not expected to be on the front lines for everybody, while everybody continuously disrespects us and undermines the things that we have going on. We have all of these people who are of Caribbean heritage and so on and so forth in politics that speak against reparations because they say it's not fair or it's going to put us in debt and all of this other shit. But then we're also supposed to go fight for you? Are y'all crazy? No. This don't got shit to do with me. My people have been here. I myself have my tribal ID because I did the work for my genealogy and traced it back and was able to prove that I'm Indigenous American. And a lot of us have. So no.
Damn, this sister said I just got in a bad argument yesterday with one of my Mexican friends. She asked why wasn't we being deported back to Africa? Because Black Americans are the only demographic of people in the United States who are non-deportable. We're the only ones that are not migrants. Let that sink in. And I'm not directing that towards you, sister. You already know what's going on, but a lot of those folks are confused. I mean, if we're really Africans and we really come from Africa, then why have they never tried to deport us to Africa? Let's talk about it.
How come none of these Latino celebrities ain't speaking up on what's going on? Wasn't J-Lo viral like last week? She got a big platform and she got nothing to lose. So either or, she ain't losing nothing. She's already washed. And let's not talk about Bad Bunny. That's like y'all version of Michael Jackson. In the Latino community, y'all talk about that dude like a god. And he ain't even saying nothing about what's going on. Bad Bunny. And you know why? Because Bad Bunny Puerto Rican. Just like J-Lo is Puerto Rican. They can't get deported. Don't tell me y'all didn't learn that in school, that Puerto Ricans can't get deported. Just like Black Americans. But y'all always out there wanting black people to be your guard dogs. You're always out there wanting black people to be your human shields. And you know what? Your own kind don't even protect you. Jennifer, not J-Lo, Jennifer, the governor of Puerto Rico, right now as we speak, she turning all the information of undocumented immigrants over to the Trump administration. The Mino Black Dominicans, y'all about to pack y'all bags and leave Puerto Rico. But anyway, shout out to Bad Bunny of Puerto Rico. Yeah, that used to be the cut of Puerto Rico. One more thing. This is Jennifer, the governor of Puerto Rico. You think she's going to miss some meals over some Dominicans? She turning
to the Latinos that voted for him. You will never, and I repeat, never be white. You will never be accepted as one of them, and you certainly are not exempt from the racism that is this racist-ass regime. When that lady put in her post, alligators' lives matter, and she mentioned a number, that number being 65 million. Do you know how many Latinos are in the United States? Approximately 65 million, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Approximately 60 plus million people. So guess what? They weren't just talking about the illegal immigrants, because data actually says that there are 10 to about 12 illegal, undocumented folks in the United States. They're talking about you. They're talking about people like us. because we are not exempt from the racism that is rooted in what these people believe in, and frankly, the foundation of this country that was built on the stealing of land from indigenous people by immigrants that came here from Europe. So when you think that you are better than an immigrant because your family came here the right way, remember that this land was actually stolen from day one. So when you think that you are better because you're second generation or third generation because you've been an American for a longer amount of time, I hope that you never have to experience a time where you have to flee a country for your own safety or that of your family. So when you think that you are somehow not going to be affected by any of this, when you think that you don't have to care, what happens if you are next? What happens if it's someone that you personally know? And I know already because we've seen it. We've seen the clips of people that supported him, diehard supporters that are now crying on the news because their family members are getting deported and they thought that they would never be impacted. You see, in this country, so many people lack empathy. They are unwilling or somehow unable to think beyond themselves, and then we run into these situations. Wake up. The proximity to whiteness isn't serving you and it's not serving the community. You have to recognize what is happening because ultimately they're not just going after criminals. And all of this is connected to so many things that impact our community and frankly are holding us back, like anti-blackness and colorism and internalized racism. And if you think that these are woke words, look them up and you will realize what exists, what has existed in our community for a very long time. And I say all of this because there are so many people that have fallen to the false prophets of the world, and I need us as a community to come together and wake up. So if you're wanting more of this type of content, follow for more because we need to have this conversation.
Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, you know, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, you know, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought like, you know, it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought like, ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking like, you know, I think you guys are, because I'm brown, you know, I've never felt that and stuff like that, you know, I'm also a minority. But now, with us, it wasn't the cops. Cops aren't just randomly to go and checking in the past. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? You know, it's like, why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. We're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking like, crap, this is what the black community meant, you know? And I kind of feel bad. Well, I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much. And it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when, you know, cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately, you know, the black community and stuff. And I just want to say, like, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from, or at least I can, you know. And so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are, regardless of the race.
So now people are trying to say that Black Americans are immigrants. Black Americans are the only people in the U.S. besides Native Americans that are not considered immigrants. Europeans, Asians, Latinos all came here to the United States voluntarily, whereas Black Americans came here by force. In order to be considered an immigrant, you have to take action and moving to another country. Black Americans did not take action. We were forced. That's why we call ourselves foundational Black Americans, right next to Native Americans. Black Americans have been here in this country since the 1600s, a lot longer than a lot of white American families that you see today.
We didn't come here for a better life. We came here against our will to give a better life to other people. Our history is different from yours. We are not here for the same reasons. Oh, these facts, man, these facts, boy, they just be, they are unrelenting. Facts. All right, I'm out.
Trying to scare tactic black people that if they don't stand in unison with Mexicans and immigrants in this deportation, that we're next. Next how? That's y'all be talking about, well, we don't know the history of y'all don't know the history. We are citizens of this country that were brought over here forcibly by our ancestors, brought over here forcibly centuries ago. Our blood is in this soil. There is no next. There's no deporting us. There's no rounding us up. Like, what are you talking about? We not in the same boat. This ain't the same thing. ICE ain't looking for us. You hear me? Thank you.
Black people are being deported too. What about us? We're not trying to be divisive, but I'm also remembering how many of y'all were sitting back saying that we were lazy, that we had no culture, we didn't know where we came from, and claiming things that are actually in our culture as your own. And I'm still not over the fact.
No, we are not. I mean, Somali people and Black American people don't look nothing alike, first of all. Second of all, what's up with this Black Americans are going to get caught up in the deportation? They've been saying that since Trump took office, and it ain't happened yet. We have not been getting deported yet. I haven't seen it. But it's like they want us to get deported. As soon as Trump started deporting immigrants, they said, oh, Black Americans is going to be part of it too. And we said, we're not worried about that. We've been said that. And it's like they want it to happen for us. They really, really want us to be in the same boat as them, literally and figuratively. But we're not. I'm sorry to have to inform you that my people was here before Ellis Island. My people made that. We created that. We built that. Okay, we are foundational to this land. I am not an immigrant. I am a Black American. Okay, I was here before America was even a thing. My ancestors were here before America was even America. We fought in every single war. Our blood is in this soil. We're not immigrants. Y'all want us to be immigrants so bad. Y'all want us to be like y'all so bad and be in the same situation as you. We're not. We're just not, and it hasn't been happening. Where has it happened? Show me the articles, cause I ain't seen one. I ain't seen one foundational Black American get deported to. Where they gonna deport them to? Mississippi?
The Latinos cannot stand the fact that Black Americans are not being deported, and the fact that the ball is really turning against them. The Black Americans warned the Latinos they warned them about the elections, about what they did, but they couldn't hear. And it's now aching them that the Black Americans are not being deported. And the Black Americans have reacted and have said that they are not immigrants and they are the original founders. They are the original creators of whatever they are enjoying in America. They came to America 400 years ago, and that where else do they want to go? Where else do you want the Black Americans to? So the Black Americans are reacting to this, and they're saying they cannot stand, like, this is not their battle. They cannot fight with them because they showed that they don't really need them, that they are on their own, forgetting that they are only a skin tone lighter than the blacks, and the blacks are not the immigrants. They are rightful people. They are citizens. They fought for what they are enjoying. They fought for good, and the Black Americans fought for the luxury that they are really enjoying at this point. They're the one who fought when they came to America. They're the one who work hard, and they're enjoying this luxury. And why not for the Black Americans? Maybe they wouldn't be enjoying as much as they are at this moment. And now telling them that they should go out and protest the whites. Can't they see that November they fought, like they they really protested and they came out. Black Americans came out to protest against the ICE. Now this has become their fight. Really? Do you realize that the black people are not the only people in the US? There are other people. There are Chinese, there are other people from other continents, but they only see the black people. And why do they see them? They see them because they do have this stereotype that the black people are ghetto, the black people are migrants, the black people are uneducated, the black people are lazy, the black people are so and so. But it's not the same. They used to say this before. And why do they want the help of the black people now that things are getting thick? So the black Americans have stood their ground and they are condemning this, terming it as hypocrisy of some sort. Because why do you want our help now? Before you were saying this and that, and we want, and they want. Again, the black people are saying that the Latinos usually say that they are better than them. They are better than them in everything. So if you're better than the other person, why would you require their help? Why would you need them? If you're better and you're at the top, I feel like you should fight your own battle. You should just stand with what you have. If you're better, you don't need somebody else's help. Proximity to whiteness doesn't exempt you from deportation, doesn't exempt you from facing the law. So I feel like people shouldn't be looking down on other people based on their skin color, based on their skin tone. Instead, they should stand together and don't look at the other person as more lesser than you. In the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel, and until then, have a good one.